Beautiful people, best damn nation. It is Wednesday. Welcome to the show. This is the best damn wrestling podcast. I am your host, Brian Renegade, and with me, I have the best damn crew. I got Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews in the building.
Yo, what's going on, good people?
And I have Senor Fuego himself, the Sultan of Spices, Chef Showtime.
What's good?
We are the best damn wrestling podcast. Thank you for watching us each and every Wednesday. You could be anywhere in the world, but you are not. You are right here watching your boys, and we appreciate that. Fellas, let me go around the room and just do a check real quick. Mr. Everything, how's it going, and what you got going on?
Man, it's going. I want to apologize to the best damn nation that you do not see my beautiful eyes right now, but I'm still at work, and I'm trying to make this thing happen, but I'm feeling good. Tonight's good. We got a good show about to happen, so let's get it popping.
For sure. Chef Showtime, what's happening, partner?
Everything's good. Doing this little NFL training stuff for the security job.
Hey, listen, I know you're doing security for the Super Bowl here in Phoenix. If there is somebody that runs onto the field, are you prepared to tackle a streaker?
Oh, yeah. I clothesline.
Clothesline him. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see a spear, maybe a power bomb, something of that sort. If he lands on the ground, maybe a stomp.
Put me in the crossface.
Yeah. I want to see something serious. That's Chef Showtime for you. Beautiful people, we got a great show, man. It's been a lot of stuff that's been happening in the wrestling world. So, fellas, you know I got to do it each and every Wednesday. Beautiful people, it's Hot Topics. I don't know where to quite start because it's a lot of news. So I think I'm going to start with the news first. No, you know what? No, I'm going to go into the show. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. You know, we're big WWE fans, but we're also wrestling fans and AEW fans. And AEW has had some changes as of late. The great MJF is now the AEW champion, and he is holding the belt ransom. He's even branded his own belt. He calls it the Triple B. And when a wrestler does that, they put their stamp on their title reign. And his first competitor is the great Ricky Starks. I'm a big fan of Ricky Starks, man. I think Ricky Starks has everything that he needs to be able to go to the next level. I wanted to see him in WWE. I believe he did try out for WWE. I'm not sure what happened there. But Ricky Starks is the absolute star. And him and MJF had a great exchange. I want to go over to Mr. Everything, and I want to see what you have to say about the MJF and the Ricky Starks promo.
Well, let's look at it right here, man. It's been a long time since we had somebody to actually go against MJF on a promo game. Like, nobody's been able to stand in the ring with this man on a promo game. And now we got Ricky Starks, who can not only go toe-to-toe with this man on a promo game, but he can go toe-to-toe with him in a wrestling match. So it's going to be interesting how this all plays out. I can't wait to see how, when they actually have their first match. The promos leading up to it is going to be amazing. I'm loving it. It's enjoyable. Ricky Starks the next AEW champion, in my opinion.
Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to the podcast the Dawn of the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. The genie of the Best Damn Podcast. The Renaissance man himself, LP, is in the building.
What's going on? Sorry I'm late, but I'm here.
Oh man, it's always great to see your face. LPZ, listen, we up here talking about this MJF and Ricky Starks promo. I want to get your thoughts on it. I know that you have sent it to the group and you was like, hey, this is what WWE needs, but they can't go in this direction as far as language is concerned. Let me know what you think about the MJF and Ricky Starks interaction.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best in-ring debates, discussions, promos, whatever you want to call it, that I've seen in a long time. Like, I really think that AEW is better than WWE in a lot of things, and this is one of the things that they are killing WWE in, because nobody in WWE, I can't think of the last time somebody cut a hella promo. Like, The Miz was a guy who would do a good promo. Back in CM Punk days, he would do some good promos, but they don't have no promo killers right now. So I think that was great. Even if you didn't even know who both of the characters are, you just having to turn the channel and you happen to see that, you would have been like, damn, like I want to see that wrestle. And that's the stuff that AEW can do more continuing stuff like that with more of their wrestlers. Of course, they're not gonna ever beat WWE, but they're gonna continue to get better and better with a lot of the stuff they're doing. Yeah, I love it.
Oh man, there's not a lot of people who can go toe to toe with MJF on a microphone. And Ricky Starks stood 10 toes down on the microphone with MJF. I thought when MJF first cut his promo, I was like, man, that's pretty strong. It was an almost drop the mic situation. Ricky Starks was like, hold on. First of all, your shoes are horrible. I hate your scarf. Your haircut is stupid. I mean, he just started going at him, Jack. And I'm like, oh, man, he is tearing him down. Man, they went at it, and that really got me excited to see that. There's not a lot of main event AEW matches that I was excited to see, but I'm actually excited to see this one. Because on the microphone, man, they can go toe to toe. And I love speakers, people who can go up there and really give you their personality and their whole life and their charisma or character and deliver it well. Chef, what do you think about the MJF and Ricky Starks promo?
I love the Ricky Starks promo. He sounded like the little young Rock. When Rock first came out talking all that smack, he sounded like him a little bit. But I'm like, I thought it was gonna be the other way around, but yeah, it surprised me.
Yeah, man, I think it surprised a lot of people, man, and I think it really opened up a lot of people's eyes to Ricky Starks and what he could possibly be as the champion. For a while, he held the. I don't want to get the name of the belt wrong. It was the, I believe it was not the FTR belt. What was the name of that belt? It's orange. I believe his Taz's son carries it now. Scratching head. Anyway, he held the belt for a while. It wasn't a title that was recognized by AEW officially. They really haven't put a lot of respect on the title, but in general, man, I think Ricky Starks can carry a belt, and I believe that he can carry the brand of AEW if they do decide to put either a primary or secondary belt. But there's something that's happening in AEW that's a little strange to me, and it reminds me of early WWE. There's almost a brand split in AEW with AEW and Ring of Honor. It's almost confusing to me because I don't know who works for which company, and they show both products on on the shows. I'm not upset about it because it keeps the shows interesting and fresh, and there's always fresh opportunities for new challenges and new matches. I'm not really understanding that. Mr. Everything, can you give me a little insight on the Ring of Honor and AEW brand split? Do you have any insight on that?
I don't have like full insight. All I can really say is you got to look at the structure of AEW. They don't really have too many avenues to kind of spread everything apart. They don't have two stations. WWE has USA and it has Fox. So I think AEW is trying to utilize what they can or what they have right now with TBS and having both shows on there so that way everybody's working. Trying to just do AEW and include the Ring of Honor guys here and there doesn't do the Ring of Honor guys any justice. And it shows that you're not even using Ring of Honor. Like, what was the purpose of you buying it if you're not going to utilize it? So doing AEW and then doing Ring of Honor together on one show shows that they're actually trying to give everybody a chance to work. And I love it, actually.
I love the action also, man. And going back to the AEW thing, and Chris Jericho was, as he liked to call himself, the Ocho. He was Ring of Honor champion. But I saw something that I've never seen before, right? He had a match with Claudio Castagnoli, formerly known as Cesaro in WWE. And if you're familiar with Cesaro's work, he does the big swing. Now, a lot of people love this move. I think fans enjoy this move. I personally love the big swing. I have never seen anybody, especially a high caliber talent and a generational legend like Chris Jericho. I've never seen anybody tap out to the big swing. Chris Jericho is an absolute legend. I love the big swing move. It always generates a good buzz from the crowd. How do you guys feel about this match? And what do you guys think about Chris Jericho tapping out to the big swing, man? And do you think Claudio Castagnoli will get anybody else to tap out to the big swing? Let me go, LP.
I'm not a big fan of it. It's to me, it's a little too old. It's too old school. Like, I mean, it's entertaining, just like you said, and the fans like it, something like that. But to tap out from it, I hope that's not gonna be a new submission move. I hope that's not that's not it. Like, I get maybe Jericho trying to give him a push. He making him tap out from, but I definitely hope that never happens again. Because nah.
I mean, your boy really did tap out to the big swing, man. That was something that was very interesting. I've never seen that before. Mr. Everything, have you ever seen anybody tap out to the big swing or any old school move? Like, listen, okay, let's go around the board. Let's make this a thing real quick. And I'm going to start with Mr. Everything. But what is your favorite old school move? Super old school, super. It would be super plain in today's version of wrestling, but back in the day, it was something to watch. Let me start with Mr. Everything. What is your favorite old school wrestling move?
For me, it would have to be the claw. When they take the hand and they squeeze your melon, like, and make you disoriented, just make you pass out, and then that's what. In my opinion, that's what Claudio did with Jericho. Because back in the day, the airplane spin was a submission. It disoriented you so much that you couldn't take no more, and you needed to tap out, and you really felt like you couldn't fight anymore. And I think that's what they did with the big swing, which is brilliant. Because if you do get spun around too much and you get dizzy, you really can't fight anymore. So what's the purpose even continuing? So. But for me, as far as my most favorite, that would be probably playing right now would be the big claw.
All right, The climb. All right, I dig that. Chef Showtime, what is your favorite old school wrestling move?
The jackknife powerbomb.
Ooh, okay. All right, the jackknife powerbomb. All right, why the jackknife powerbomb, sir?
Because nobody made it look so good as Goldberg. And Goldberg made it look so easy.
I thought you were about to say somebody else.
Who you thought I was going to say? Bobby Lashley?
Oh, my bad. You said jackknife powerbomb. My fault. That was my bad. I thought you were talking about another move.
You thought you were talking about big sexy move. That's what I thought he said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay,
Yeah, Goldberg
maybe you jackknife powerbomb. Maybe I thought I was tripping for a second.
Goldberg move on the jackknife powerbomb. Goldberg move was the
He had stood you up. Then, yeah. That's called
The jackknife power drop.
Like,
Yeah.
Jackknife power drop. I'm about to say the jackknife powerbomb was Kevin Nash's move. Big sexy. You know, big diesel.
Let me change it. Razor's Edge.
Razor's Edge. Okay. All right. I'll give you Razor's Edge because that was cool. I just saw somebody do a dope Razor's Edge. Who was it? Damian Priest does a pretty good Razor's Edge, man. I'm glad that somebody is bringing that move back a little bit. LP,
Sheamus,
what is your
Sheamus
favorite?
does one too.
What's that?
Sheamus does one too. Sheamus did one on SmackDown.
Sheamus does do one.
He did the Razor's Edge right into the neckbreaker with Butch, which was a good double team move.
Yeah, that was a great double team move on SmackDown. And Sheamus does do a great what is it? What do you call it? Like the Celtic Cross or something like that. Cross. Yeah, the Celtic Cross. LP, what is your favorite old school wrestling move?
I go way back because we used to do this when we used to wrestle around the house. But that Nikita Nikolov and that Russian Sickle, they just take your damn neck off. I guess it was more. I guess it's basically nothing but a clothesline.
Okay.
For the most part. Or like clothesline for hell almost, but the way Nikita Nikolov used to do it back in the days, that was like my favorite. We used to love doing it to each other.
Would you put that over Bradshaw's clothesline from hell?
Nah. Bradshaw to me got the top. I don't see nobody can come close to what Bradshaw used to do. No.
Bradshaw would literally take people's head off, and it was scare me how powerful he made a simple move like a clothesline look. That is not an easy feat to pull off. And he would decapitate people and leave them in the ring, and they would legit look hurt, damn near paralyzed. I have to go, my favorite old school move. I got to go with an old school DDT. I'm talking about like Jake the Snake style DDT. When Jake did it, it just looked so cool and so good. The move has different variations, and a lot of people do a DDT. But people who have a really great DDT, man, I really admire it. I've seen some people get dumped on their head a couple times. I like Edge's elevated DDT. I think that was dope too. But old school Jake the Snake DDT, give it to me. Honorable mention. I love me an old school cutter. There's a lot of people that do cutters. Diamond Dallas Page is probably one of the best people who I've ever seen do a cutter. Randy Orton, I'm a fan of the RKO.
I think his is the best. His is the best.
Yeah, Randy has hit the RKO from some places, man.
From nowhere.
Yeah.
That's a hard.
How?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Randy too, but when DDP, he used to catch you some middle too now.
Nah,
I mean,
nobody can do it like Randy. Because Randy would be laying on his back and he would jump off the top rope, he'd pop up, pow, out of nowhere.
Hey, some of these indie rappers, these younger rappers I've been seeing doing variations, they doing it even better. They don't get in the the recognition, but I be catching them on YouTube and stuff like that. They be doing some stuff too now. So
this is my
who's
gripe.
The girl? Hold on, who's the girl that just debuted on NXT? Just did that front flip cutter.
God, what's her name? Summer. I know who you're talking about.
Whatever her name is,
on the
that's
ropes.
the best one right now.
Yeah, somebody looking that up real quick. She was on the ropes, right? Holding on to the ropes, and she did like a flipping tuck under and into a cutter. Man, that was so clean. I was like, oh my God. I started going crazy at the house. I've never seen that variation of a cutter before. AEW, everybody does cutters. I think everybody has a variation of a cutter in AEW, and it's kind of oversaturated. It kind of pisses me off a little bit. I think that I don't want to see everybody do a cutter. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing like Super Kick. Like the Super Kick. They didn't ruin the Super Kick.
Yeah. Like the Super Kick is overdone by everybody.
The finisher that don't worth nothing right now. Remember the Hulk Hogan leg drop from the top rope?
I always thought that was from the top rope.
Yeah, that was his finisher.
I don't know, man. I've always seen Hulk Hogan drop the leg from the mat, man, and I always thought that move was super simple. I was like, how do you beat somebody with a leg drop? I hated Hulk Hogan's moveset. I'm sorry, but I have seen him wrestle in Japan, and he's taking it up to that next level in Japan, man. He was, it's a different style. It's a whole different style.
It's like
we done got off. Huh? We got off subject a little bit. Let me go back into this thing. Sticking with AEW, man. Jamie Hayter is the new AEW Women's Champion. She's had the belt for a little bit. I want to get you guys' thoughts on Jamie Hayter as a champion. And if you're not an AEW fan, you probably haven't heard of Jamie Hayter or seen her in ring work, but she's really good. But I've seen some of her promos lately, even at her as champion, and it seems like Britt Baker still speaks for the group and speaks for Jamie Hayter in a weird way. Mr. Everything, what do you think about Jamie Hayter's ability to carry the AEW Women's Championship?
I don't really have an opinion. I don't really know nothing about her. I don't really know nothing about the women's division. I don't know if they even have like a really strong women's division to even say that she can carry it. Did she take it from Jade, or is that a different title?
No, it's the main title. It's the main women's title. Right now, there's 3 different titles that the women have. They have the AEW Women's title. They have the TNT title, the TNT Women's title, and the Ring of Honor Women's title. Yeah. So those are the 3. And I'm going to go into the Ring of Honor Women's Champion because we have a new champion in Ring of Honor for the women. But sticking with Jamie Hayter, let me go LP, man. LP, do you know anything about Jamie Hayter as a champion, and do you think that she can carry the brand?
Yeah, I'm with Mr. Everything on that. I don't know that much about her. There's only one female that catches my eye over there at AEW.
Are you talking about Jade, sir?
There's only one female, yeah. That's the only female I kind of keep an eye on. So I'm just waiting for her to call out Bianca. I want to see her and Bianca eventually. I don't think she's ready for Bianca yet, but if they can make that work, that'll be a hell of a crossover.
That would be.
Bow Wow. She won't Bow Wow.
She won't Bow Wow right now.
Bow Wow.
She's gonna beat Bow Wow. She's gonna smash Bow Wow.
She checking for Bow Wow. They about to have a ladder match, Jack. Oh, man.
That's bad.
Chef, man, tell me if you know anything about Jamie Hayter.
No. I don't know nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Jesus Christ.
Nothing. I don't know what that is.
You guys are horrible, man. All right, so I guess what we're saying is there's not enough star power in a Jamie Hayter unless they're trying to really bring up some of their women's division. I don't know why Jade is not going for both titles. She can hold both titles at the same time, and wouldn't nobody be able to stop her. I don't think that there's a woman right now in AEW that has the star power that Jade has. Paige came back. Soraya came back. I ain't really heard nothing. He's kind of being like crickets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, all right. Well, if she was supposed to bring you star power, where is it? I don't really see it. Jamie Hayter could have the ability. She could be a great women's champion, but I just don't know right now. Like I said, we all on the same page. We really don't know much about Jamie Hayter to either love her or hate her. You see that? See what I did there? You see what I did? Next on AEW, man, Ring of Honor has a new champion, and her name is Athena, formerly known as Ember Moon. Athena has really honed in her skills, man, and she's coming to her own on the AEW product. She just beat Mercedes Martinez, who's another one of those wrestlers that I really like. I really like Mercedes Martinez. But Athena is now the Ring of Honor champion. I think that's well deserved. I'm happy that they did put a belt on her, and I'm glad that she does have some type of recognition as a top heel in the company. LP, what do you think about Athena winning the Ring of Honor championship?
I mean, that's good for her. I've always liked Ember Moon. I always thought WWE was board driving her. I thought she was one of the best females that was on the roster, at least in the top 5. And I always felt they were never giving her, her push like she should have. But I never know why. So I'm definitely glad to see her get some kind of push somewhere.
Yeah, man. I've always loved Ember Moon, or Athena as she's now called. I always thought that she was an absolute star. I loved her Eclipse move, which is a stunner from the top rope. I thought that was a great move. That was innovative. Mr. Everything, what do you think about Athena being the new Women's Ring of Honor champion?
I think it is well deserved. My only issue is who is going to compete against her to make that title relevant. Who do they have to chase her to make her as strong as she needs to be as a Women's Ring of Honor champion?
I agree with you, man. They have a lot of women. I think who would be somebody who would be a good face character that'll be able to take it off for her is somebody that is really bubbling up on the scene and the fans really like her. I absolutely like her. Her name is Willow Abigail. Willow is very colorful. She looks strong. She has colored hair. I believe she's a woman of African descent or African American descent. But Willow is really blown up on the scene as a uber babyface that the fans are really loving. And if you want a good heel versus babyface battle, I think that once they if they keep on building up Willow, then Willow could be a good challenger for Athena. And eventually maybe she could take the belt off of her. I'm not sure, but I just hope that Athena has a really good run as the new Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Oh man, listen, fellas, let's go over to SmackDown, man. SmackDown was very great. There was a man there by the name of Kurt Angle who was in his hometown celebrating his birthday, and they had a birthday celebration for the one and only gold medal winner, during this birthday celebration, everybody was invited. Everybody except the Alpha Academy. They felt slighted by it. They approached Kurt Angle when he was in the ring. Kurt left, came back, and he brought back an infamous segment that we all remember when he sprayed the milk truck. And so he came, and him and what's the guy's name? He was Olympian. Somebody help me. Gableson. Gable.
I didn't know who he was.
You didn't know who he was?
I forgot his name.
I thought he was somebody from the Steelers. When I just saw the Steelers shirt.
No, he's an Olympic
it's
wrestler,
Gable
man.
Stevenson.
Gable Stevenson, thank you. I was on the right track. Gable Stevenson was with Kurt Angle, and they started throwing milk at Alpha Academy, and then Kurt Angle started to spray them with a water hose, powerful like fire truck style water hose, full of milk to Alpha Academy and the news. I mean, sorry, not the news, but the announce crew. What do you guys think about this segment? Let me go, Chef, man. I know they brought up some memories with Kurt Angle for a lot of fans, man. That was almost nostalgia. What do you think about the Kurt Angle celebration and the milk bath to Alpha Academy?
To me, it was boring. It'd been better.
Shut up.
It would have been better if they had like, you know, the little new Olympian dude come in there and slam him around a little bit. That'd have been a fight. Like, I understand you do the little milk bath, but that's like Stone Cold-ish, you know? That's Stone Cold move right there. You're not Stone Cold.
Well, everybody remembers Stone Cold for doing it, but people also remember they also remember Kurt Angle for doing it, and almost in defiance of Stone Cold, almost mocking Stone Cold. But a lot of people do remember that moment. LP, what do you think about the milk bath?
It was good, you know, for the fans or whatever. You know, I was a big Kurt Angle fan, so every time he come back, I'm always scared he gonna try to wrestle or do something because I just be worried. I don't want to see him get back in the ring again. So I definitely glad that they did that. I think the last two times he's been there, they kind of done something more nostalgic, which, you know, give Kurt a little bit of bread, you know, this, that, and the third, which, you know, that's cool. It was a cool little moment. I didn't get all excited because I kind of saw it coming, but, you know, if anything, I wish he could go one more time because him against Shorty G, if he, you know, whatever damn, I can't think of his name right now. What his name is now?
Chad, get it.
Chad. And see, like they all
went Shorty G on him. Boy, he brought it back, son. Shorty G.
I kind of think if Kurt ever step back in the ring again, it's going to be against him, which I still hope Kurt don't. But because it seems like the last couple times Kurt been there, they have had some kind of run-in. So I want to say it's going to happen, but I hope it don't.
Yeah. Oh man. I thought that was a great moment. Mr. Everything, what do you think about Big Milk Bath, man, for Kurt Angle's birthday celebration?
Here's my thing. How many more times are we going to see this? I mean, I think we're having too much nostalgia moments because Kurt Angle is more than just, oh, he played a little ukulele and he had the whole milk thing going on. Like, let's kind of cut it out right now. And let's not also forget, yes, Stone Cold did it first with the beer. Kurt Angle did it with the milk on Stone Cold and Vince McMahon at that time. It was like a shot to the face of Stone Cold because he did do the beer first. And then right. Kurt Angle turned around and did the milk bath on Stone Cold and Vince McMahon. But yeah, I think we need to just move on. I think we've seen it enough. So let's bring Kurt back for something more important than the stupid ukulele and the milk. Even though I'm a big milk fan, but you know, let's move on.
Oh man, I thought it was a great moment. I thought, you know, as a fan, man, it was a nostalgia moment for me. And I like those nostalgia moments every once in a while when the greats come back and they showcase their lovability. I still think it's weird that when Kurt Angle comes down to the ring, he is embraced by fans chanting, "You suck," while he goes down to the ring. I always thought that was so weird. I always thought that was disrespectful. I could not embrace that. You know what I'm saying? I could not embrace that. I don't know, man. Matter of fact, let me go to LP, man. What do you think about when Kurt Angle walks down to the ring, the fans chant, "You suck"? He's embraced it over the years. I mean, but what do you think about that?
I think he didn't have a choice. I mean, once the fans started doing it, they didn't never stop. So if he coming out as a great and a legend, he can't come out as a heel. So I don't think he had no choice. I think he had to accept it. I don't think Stone Cold want to keep on hearing what, but if he coming to the ring, people gonna start doing it. It ain't no way around it. Like, I think sometimes you get casted. It's almost like getting typecast in certain roles. No matter what Harry Potter does, he's always gonna be Harry Potter. Like, he could be in the army. Why is Harry Potter in the military? Like, no matter what the actor does, he's gonna forever be Harry Potter. So no matter what Kurt Angle does, that's gonna always follow him. Yeah, I was never a big fan of it because, like I said, I was a big Kurt Angle fan. But yeah, he don't have no choice, unfortunately.
Oh man, I absolutely love Kurt Angle, man, and I want to see him do more. I would love to. I thought he was a great GM when they had the GMs back in the day. I thought Kurt Angle was a really good GM, but he continues to be an icon of greatness, man. He still has the best triple suplex. Him and Brock hand to hand, but his triple suplex, man, his triple back suplex was bar none one of the greatest. So Kurt Angle, happy birthday, my brother. Also, fellas, on SmackDown, we saw Hit Row come back in a strong way. I know you hate now, Peter, but it's okay. Hit Row finally attacks the Viking Raiders and Legado del Fantasma in a show of strength for the duo, along with B-Fab. Mr. Everything, how do you feel about Hit Row finally coming back and striking back, hitting them with the remix?
Yeah, he don't even want to respond.
well, since you responded, sir, LP, what do you think about Hit Row coming back at Legado del Fantasma and the Viking Raiders?
Then Hit Row back to NXT, please. Like,
sir?
Nobody cares about Hit Row. Nobody. They get no fan. They get hardly barely even pop. They get popped like people are forced to get popped. Like, we feel bad for them. Let's cheer them. Like, nobody's getting the hype. I bet you the average people can't tell you all three of their names. They're just gonna say Hit Row. I don't even know that damn name. And I've been watching. So, like, who cares? I guess they're trying to make the division, up, whatever. But I don't know. I don't like none of this tag team stuff because nobody is looking at the champs. The Viking Raiders should have jumped on the Usos the moment they came back. So I'm not feeling none of this tag team stuff they got going on, and nobody's looking at the champ. So I'm a little biased.
Oh man, Chef Showtime, do you feel the same way that LP does? What do you think about Hit Row coming back in a strong way and attacking the people who attacked them?
They should go attack the backstage and don't come back out.
Sir, why would you say that?
They wrestling style to me is what you call lazy. I don't like how they wrestle. I understand you came back out, you attacked the people that attacked you. Whoop-de-doo. You didn't do it for a good cause. You didn't get the belts. So it's just a waste of time. Because they, next week, Viking Raiders will come out and do the same thing, attack you guys again. It's boring. I don't watch that no more.
Oh man, Mr. Everything, what do you think about the retaliation of Hit Row against Legado del Fantasma and the Viking Raiders?
I think it's just lazy. It's lazy writing. If you're gonna do something, do it bigger than the guys that did it before you. Viking Raiders did the exact same thing they did. So why not do it bigger? Why not challenge it to a match? Somebody send out a challenge or anything. And I think I agree with LP. Nobody's looking at the tag champs, which gives an opportunity for the tag champions to be like, yo, we chilling. We don't got to worry about nobody. And kind of, if they feel like they want to do something, throw it out there. Come out and say, oh, y'all beating each other up. Obviously, you're not on our caliber. You're not on our level. Y'all ain't looking at us. So we can take the rest of the year off. We'll see y'all at WrestleMania. Whoever wants to step up or whatever. But yeah, it is lazy to me. They do need to have somebody compete against the Usos. Give them a challenge. We had a really good thing with the New Day against the Usos. I think that the New Day winning the tag championships at NXT puts them above the Usos. And I say that because the Usos were NXT tag champions. New Day has never been NXT tag champions. The Usos just beat the New Day as far as the longest reigning tag champions. NXT and the New Day just showed that whatever you can do, we can do better, and we can do it just as good as you guys. So that's my opinion. That was long.
All right, let's talk about that, man. With the New Day becoming the new NXT champions, not only did they become the new NXT champions, fellas, they are the new Triple Crown champs. There are only 3 other teams that are Triple Crown champions. That is FTR, that is the Usos, and now that is the New Day. Also, Kofi Kingston just broke another record by holding the tag team titles over 15 times over his career. That's the most out of everybody. Kofi is an absolute legend, man. I'm excited to see the New Day. I watched them on NXT. They give so much life and energy to the crowd. I believe they love the feedback that they get on a more impactful. I ain't want to say smaller venue, but it's more impactful because you do have a smaller crowd, but the crowd and the energy of the crowd is really great, and it feeds a lot of the wrestlers, man. And I think the New Day being there, we talked about it, being down in NXT, they can really do a lot of great things for a lot of wrestlers. They can really train, teach other wrestlers, but they can also put on some some matches. Because NXT has some great tag teams down there in that division that they can go at it. So I'm excited for the New Day, and I want to see what they really do. But Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods of the New Day are absolute legends, and they are now Triple Crown champions. Mr. Everything.
I do want to point something out, and I don't think a lot of people are noticing this. I think this tag team title reign is for Xavier Woods. And I say that because when they went back down to NXT, they challenged Pretty Deadly. He had the old school Xavier Woods, Austin Creed hairstyle. Like he had the whole curly hair. He went back to that. And the only thing he's ever done was tag champions on SmackDown and Raw. He's never had a title in NXT. So I think this is more for Xavier Woods to go down, do something he has never done, is win a title down in NXT, Expect Xavier to get more things because Big E, I think he's went NXT champion or something like that to that
He
extent.
was. Yeah.
He was Intercontinental champion. He was WWE champion. Xavier Woods have not held any singles titles yet, so expect Xavier to be the guy to kind of get a push now. Everybody else in New Day has gotten their big pushes. Xavier Woods is about to get his. This was an homage to him to go back and do something in NXT that he has not done. Kofi Kingston has never been in NXT. He went on there and did something spectacular. So I think this is going to be a big push and a big move for Xavier Woods, in my opinion.
I almost feel like this is an offset to the Usos beating their streak, and it was almost like the WWE had to give them something in exchange for letting the Usos beat their streak. And it's just as impactful as them holding the streak for them to be Triple Crown champions, and for Kofi Kingston to now have another accolade to his name. I think that was a good and fair trade-off, because no matter what, the Usos are one of the best tag teams in history. Staying with NXT, man, we saw the introduction of the Iron Survivor match. That was a very interesting concept. It was see who could have the most pinfalls. When I'm playing my video game, my WWE video game, I play 2K19 and I play the new one, the 2022. When I play those, I love to have more than one fall. And I love to have my characters compete for more than one fall. I love to watch it in live on live TV. And so that's what they had. Whoever has the most pins at the end of 25 minutes win. If you get pinned, you have to sit in the penalty box. And that was a very interesting concept. They did it for both the men and women. Roxanne Perez won the Iron Survivors women's match. And your boy Grayson Waller won the men's match. Both of those matches were absolutely great. I enjoyed it. But they also kind of led to some brand new news of your girl, Roxanne Perez, defeating the one and only Vixen herself, Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose just got defeated for her belt. She had, I believe her title reign was over 413 days. She had an absolutely great run as a champion. But, fellas, I have some breaking news. Little birdie told me, and it's been confirmed by Dave Meltzer, that Mandy Rose got fired for the content on her fan time page. That was very interesting to me because, first of all, I didn't know she had a fan time page. I guess that's like a OnlyFans kind of page. And the content was, I guess, a little too spicy for WWE, and they decided to cut her contract. First of all, I think I'm going to say what we all thinking. What was on there? that was so racy. Mr. Everything. What do you think about Mandy Rose, man, getting fired for being too sexy?
I don't. When you say it like that, it's just hilarious to me. That it really doesn't make sense for it to be too sexy. But I think we are in an era where image is everything, and you have little girls looking up to you and little guys that look up to you. So you gotta be held on a higher court. Um, but it speaks volumes to me because it sounds like Mandy Rose needed some money, if you ask me. So, um, yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is. Ain't nothing we can do about it. It's not back in the day when Val Venus came on the scene and he was fresh off of whatever sites he was on. But I mean, give it time. Let's give her a couple, maybe a couple of months to a year. She'll be gone. And then everybody will forget, and then she'll come back. And real quick, we're still on the topic, but real quick about forgetting stuff. Why have we not spoken about Ric Flair? Woo! Being back on the intro.
Being back on the what?
On the intro, on the opening intro for Raw and SmackDown, when they do the Now, Then, and Forever. He's back on the intro. Remember they took him off with the whole airplane disaster thing. They took that out. Now he's back up there. See how quick we forget things? So, Mandy Rose, go home, sit back, relax, take your checks, because they're still going to pay her, whether she's fired or not. She's probably still going to get paid because she'll still be on some kind of contract. So sit home, relax, let people forget that you actually did it, and then she'll be back.
Hey man, I'm gonna be absolutely honest with you. If Xavier Woods is still in the company after he made the sex tape with Paige or Soraya,
yes,
didn't get penalized for it, really. He has been working and has not skipped a beat. I think that's a little hypocritical because I'm thinking, damn, what did Mandy have on? What did she have on the page that got her fired? I know half of y'all gonna leave here and subscribe to Mandy and see what she got going on.
More of a question of who does she have up there with her?
Inquiring minds want to know who's single in the group. Chef. You think you can do some research? No? Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. Chef might got a situation. I'm sorry. Oh man. Anyway, hey, listen, Mandy Rose, man. I think she'll be back. I think she'll be back on main roster. I don't think it's anything that was too crazy up there that will, put her, make it questionable. But I think that she will come to main roster when the time is right. They got to put respect on Mandy Rose's name, man. She held the title for over 400 days. She was working with young talent, and even though she kept winning her matches, she was putting young talent over. And she started the group Toxic Attraction, man, and made them girls champions. So I got to put some respect on Mandy Rose's name, man, and I hope to see Mandy Rose back in the square circle in WWE. I really don't want her to go anywhere else. I hope they work that out. But if she do, man, Mandy Rose might be All Elite, and All Elite might have their first kind of real superstar heat magnet. If she does go over there, I think that'll be pretty big, man. If Mandy Rose decides to jump ship, I'm pretty sure she, like I said, she just got to wait it out a little bit, and I'm pretty sure she'll figure it out. Also, man, on the NXT product, man, Bron Breakker, we saw him face Apollo Crews down in NXT for the NXT title. Sometimes I'm gonna put a little disclaimer out there. I like Bron Breakker. I like Bron Breakker as a champion. I like Bron Breakker as a character. I think the fans really get behind Bron Breakker. With all that being said, sometimes I forget that Bron Breakker is the NXT men's champion because I keep thinking like, damn, who is the men's champion for NXT? Oh, okay, it is Bron Breakker. It's weird because his match is always in the middle, or he's always in the mid card somewhere. He's not really closing out every night. Well, he's not really opening the show all the time. And he's kind of, he kind of blends in a little bit, even on NXT. I kind of doubt how he's going to be received on the main product. I hope it'll be good, but he's kind of fading as a champion. I thought Apollo would bring something a little bit fresh, man, and maybe he can move up to main roster. But I want to get your thoughts on Braun Breaker, man, as a champion, and is he a potential threat when he does move up to main roster? Let me go, LP.
I hope he don't go at the main roster. They got another NXT over there not doing nothing. I mean, you know how I feel about the NXT call-ups. I'm sorry, but I really feel like getting called up from NXT is ruining careers. Like, I remember when what's your boy you interviewed, Mr. Everything, that does create a narrative. My mind's gone right now.
EC3?
Yeah, I remember when he came up and he had that little hype and they did nothing with him. And then they get rid of him. So, and then like, look at all the stars who came up from NXT. Literally did nothing. It wasn't the stars' fault. I don't like Karrion Kross, but they brought him there, put that stupid mask on him. Like, it's they're bad writing. So you bring them up and then they don't work. And then they blame, it seems like to me, they blame the wrestler. Like, you can't blame a wrestler who has a good gimmick over here and you bring him over here and change it. And then wonder why the mess don't work. So I think if he comes to main, he gonna regret it. I think he should go ahead and stay. I think it's okay to stay over there. I think Apollo Crews is better over there. Apollo Crews was horrible on main roster. I mean, he's a great wrestler, but they didn't do nothing with him. They put him with Titus O'Neil, and then they made him the Nigerian prince or something at one point, the last time before he left. So it's like they did nothing with him. So certain people need to be in NXT.
I gotta put a little respect on the Nigerian. What was he called? The Nigerian prince's name. I don't know what his moniker was, but he had the Intercontinental Championship for a little bit, and then he had some feuds back and forth with Big E. When Big E was going back and forth with the Intercontinental Championship, so he's done a little bit. But at the tail end with him and Commander Aziz, they really wasn't doing anything. And furthermore, Aziz is a. I hope I don't offend nobody with that name, but that is a horrible name for a wrestler. Aziz. It sounds like something you catch. Yeah, that Aziz. Who decided on that wrestler name? You know what I'm saying? Out of all the names you could, Aziz. Ugh. Okay. All right. Anyway, I'm just saying.
But a lot of guys have came over the main roster. Look at your boy, what was his name? They put him with Bobby Lashley as his manager.
Leo Rush.
Leo Rush.
I know he got a lot of issues too, but dude is a good wrestler. And I used to like him back in Ring of Honor days. So he probably did better in NXT. Like, look at how many people came from NXT they're no longer on main roster or have a job. Like a lot of wrestlers. So if I was in NXT, I wouldn't even want to go. I wouldn't even want to move up. I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Let me stay over here. I'm good. Don't move me up.
Well, sir. Speaking of being out of the job, on Monday Night Raw, your boy Bobby Lashley apparently got fired for putting his hands on WWE officials. He had a match with Seth Rollins. There was some type of a fluke in the match where the referee got knocked outside the ring. He apparently had messed up his foot or ankle. Something started hopping around. He missed almost a big portion of the pin that Bobby Lashley had on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was able to kick out. Bobby Lashley started going at the referee, and ultimately, Bobby Lashley inadvertently put his hands on the referee with a back elbow. WWE official Adam Pearce came out approached Bobby after the match. Bobby didn't want to see him. He didn't want to listen to him. And then Bobby put his hands on Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce looked at him old school, Vince McMahon way, and said, "You're fired." Bobby was like, "What you mean I'm fired?" what you mean?
Horrible.
I think this is part of a storyline. I don't think that they're going to actually fire Bobby Lashley because he's still a huge star. But right now, that's the storyline that Bobby is fired. That's a scary thing to kind of hear after, especially WWE became really known for layoffs within the last 2 years, man. And I know a lot of fans would hate if this had some validity to it, but I think it's part of the storyline. What do you guys think about this segment, man? And do you think Bobby Lashley really got fired? LP.
Well,
Oh no, that was they wouldn't fire Bobby Lashley like that. I just think the whole thing is just more bad writing. Because I swear Ronda Rousey did the same thing, and she got suspended for a couple of days or something. She didn't get fired. I've seen people smash officials quite a few times often, and didn't get fired. So I thought firing him was kind of like that didn't make no sense. Bobby must got something he got to do. Either he hurt or he's taking a leave of absence or something. But yeah, I just think it's better for them just to let people you just don't see them no more. There's no need to do these fake firing or fake suspensions or fake injuries. Just nobody's gonna notice. There people notice when they're not there, but you don't gotta make it a story every time. What's those guys that you know SmackDown, the maximum male models? You don't hardly see them anymore. But nobody cares.
Yeah, right. What happened to the maximum male models? They kind of just disappeared off the scene a little bit.
Yeah, just disappeared. They probably show up here and there, but nobody cares. You didn't have to fire them. You didn't have to do an injury. So I just think it go back to bad writing. And then two is this: why the black man got to get fired when everybody else gets suspended? But you know,
it's a conspiracy, LP. It's a conspiracy.
Black man.
I think it's a setup for Brock Lesnar. In my opinion, I think it's another setup for Brock Lesnar to come back. Adam Pearce I think he did retract the firing. So I think Bobby Lashley is still there, considerably. And I think Bobby Lashley is going to have an issue with Adam Pearce, and then Adam Pearce is going to say, "You know what? Don't even worry about it. I got something for you." And then he's going to bring back Brock Lesnar.
I can see that happening, something like that, where it kind of opens up the door for Brock in an interesting kind of way. They bring back the kind of authority figure, and I'm okay with that. If Triple H actually came out and said, "You're fired," I would have definitely believed that 100%. So, representation match. But Adam Pearce coming out and saying that. So if you're saying that Bobby is still with the company, man, that's great. But I think that might lead to something else. But somebody almost got fired, but they just got suspended. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on. Matt Riddle just got suspended for failing a WWE wellness test.
I wonder what it is that they found in his system to suspend him, because he has it in his contract where he can have some of the green.
You know what?
Some of the stinky thing. You know what I mean? He has it in his contract where he can have that, and he'll pay the fine or whatever. So I wonder what it is they found in his system that made him suspend him. And
I'm not even going to suspect. I'm not even going to suspect or speculate, man, because, I don't want to speak false negatives. I know he's been through a lot lately, man. You know what I mean? LP hating on him. LP is happy. Look at the smirk smile on his face, laughing at that man pain. Laughing at that man pain like that. I don't know what he did to be able to get suspended, man, but Man, this is crazy, man. Mandy Rose got fired for being too sexy. Bobby Lashley got fired for being too aggressive, and Matt Riddle got suspended for being too hot. Lord, what is the world coming to?
Hey, now Randy. I love me some Randy, but Randy has known to fail them tests too. So whatever Randy probably was doing, he probably was doing.
Man,
I always feel like it's steroid related when they get busted for that kind of stuff. Because I just really feel like, what else can it be? It was a crack. So I mean, it gotta be some kind of enhancement that they're not supposed to be doing. He gotta.
It could be. It truthfully could be something as a painkiller, a Tylenol. It'd be something as simple as that, and then he didn't report it, and then it came up in the system, and like, all right, well, listen, we found this, and it's this, and they were like, well, we don't know that for sure, so we gotta give you a couple days off.
Maybe it's a vape pen. Have you guys seen these commercials for the vape pens lately? Boy, they remind you of the old school 1980s crack commercials. You know what I'm saying? I was strung out on vape pens. I'm like, are people really getting addicted to vape pens like that? You know what I'm saying? But
some roids.
Hey man, I don't know what it was, but it had to be something strong enough for them to suspend Matt Riddle. And they almost had like a funeral type thing on Monday Night Raw with Elias, man. I thought he was dead for a second. I was like, what happened to Matt Riddle? What happened to the bro? But I guess, it was the way to kind of write him off TV. I don't know until, he gets a little bit better, man. But Godspeed to you, Matt Riddle. LP don't like you, but I like you, man. Oh man, such a hater, LP. Such a hater. Well, look, man. With all of this good stuff going on, man, I got to go to Mr. Everything and ask you, Mr. Everything, what was your What was your match of the week?
My match of the week this week has got to go to Pretty Deadly and the New Day. They went out there and put on an amazing match, an amazing show. I love the factor, the Eddie Guerrero factor that they utilized with the belt. It's hilarious. I like the fact that they can be entertaining and they can be athletes. With I don't even know dude's name from Pretty Deadly, but he had the twerk off with Kofi Kingston. Went into some transitions. I mean, some people may say it's stupid, but it's entertainment at the same time. And it kept you intrigued into the match because you got to think about it. You got a whole show full of matches. Everybody's doing everything up under the sun. Let's do something that's going to be memorable. And I think the whole, how they put everything together, how they structured the entire match was amazing. I really, really love the spot with the belt. I love that spot. It was amazing. It was hilarious. It was a good homage to Mr. Eddie Guerrero.
Yes.
And yeah, that is my match of the week.
I thought that was an absolutely great spot with the belt. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, using outside weapons and belts are illegal during the match. So one of the Pretty Deadly guys slid in the belt, and then he faked like the other person hit him. He dropped to the ground, threw the belt at the guy that was standing. And then they did that until everybody was on the ground and the ref turned around and he didn't know what happened. Everybody was laid out. It was a funny moment. Go back and watch it if you haven't had a chance to. But that was a great moment. So Mr. Everything, thank you for your match of the week. See what I did there? See what I did? We got to go to the genie of the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast, Mr. LP. Sir, there's been a lot of moments happening throughout wrestling. So we got to ask you, sir, what was your best damn moment?
Well, my best moment was finding out that Matt Ritter was suspended. So I guess I come up with another one since we just talked about that. So I guess the other one would probably be Alexa Bliss. What Alexa Bliss did with Bianca Belair, and she had the little flash of Sister Abigail in her. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was real cool the way they did it. I need them to push the gas on all of this Bray Wyatt and stuff going on because I'm not feeling how slow they doing. I just felt like the momentum when Bray came back to what they're doing is horrible pacing. This whole LA Knight thing is horrible pacing. We all know Alexa Bliss is going that way. We get it now. Let's push the gas and let's go ahead and make it happen. I don't like I've never liked to see her like a babyface like Bianca cheering on her opponent. So I was glad that happened. If she goes that way, she's gonna take that belt from Bianca. There's no way they're gonna do that and not let Bianca lose that belt. Is it gonna be interesting to see if she gets the belt and what they're gonna do? Because Raw has too many main stars. Like I said, they got Ronda over there having the best time of her life over there, not defending it and beating up little China dolls, as she said. Ronda's horrible. So they gotta do SmackDown. It's like it's not even entertaining a small amount. So, but Alexa doing that was real good, but they really gotta press the gas. They can't go another 2-3 months with this mess they got going on.
I think the reason why they're doing that is because everyone speculated who the Wyatt Six was. So I think they're trying to just kind of send a little detour for everybody to make them just stop thinking about Karrion Kross and Dexter Lumis and Braun Strowman, and it's gonna be a situation where it's gonna be like, oh snap, I didn't see that coming. Just like the whole, we see this everything coming with Alexa. Is Alexa Bliss going to be part of the Wyatt Six and the Sister Abigail, and how they're playing it slowly and showing that she's still under some kind of trance with Bray Wyatt? I think that's what's going to kind of make everybody like a best damn moment situation when it's like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming.
Right.
Yeah, but I think that I was excited about the Wyatt Six at first, but I'm really looking at the layout of how the shows are. If they do have a Wyatt Six, what are they gonna do? Like, if they gave all of them members, they can't. Even if they gave all of them belts, everybody want to have a belt. The female have a belt, a couple other belts. But like, in order for them to bring that Wyatt Six in, they gotta settle a lot of this stuff that's going on right now. Like, you can't have the bloodline can't have all these belts. Either let Usos have one belt, let another belt out. Roman keeping the belt to WrestleMania, which I know he's going to do it, makes 0 sense. So they gotta do something because the Wyatt Six is gonna be dominant. We all know that. There's no way you can bring them there. They're gonna be screwed. But they gotta have better stories, or it's not gonna work. Like that's like I don't know. I guess I want to see it, but I don't want to see it because WWE writing is horrific right now. Maybe I'm the only one who feel that way, but they are not doing anything with none of these people that they got going on. Like other than the Bloodline, who has the only real storylines going on. And now they don't really got a storyline right now. Now that Jay and Sammy getting along, so until they, change it right now, it just I don't know. I just feel like they got a lot they got to do.
Yeah. I do want to see more storylines kind of pan out, something different and something new. They have the ability to do it. They have the talent there. I believe we all agree that they just have to use it. Fellas, listen. This is I kind of prolonged this segment a little bit, but I want the one and only Mr. Everything to introduce this clip, man. We've been blessed again with another interview from Mr. Everything with the legendary wrestler and WWE legend Gangrel. Mr. Everything, can you introduce this clip that we're about to watch? Sir?
Absolutely. So this past Saturday, we had a show for FWE in Raleigh at the legendary Dorton Arena. I wrestled in the Dorton Arena alongside with my son, Superstar Rome. Gangrel was a very amazing individual. He sat down and held a full conversation with my son. They actually became friends and hung out for a little bit. So this is our interview with the legend, Gangrel.
This is Mr. Everything here with the legend, Gangrel. Thank you for having this interview with me.
You said one question.
One question. This is one question. So I just want to know, in the span of your career, when did you know that the Gangrel character was it? Like that was going to be your career?
Wow, I didn't know that until '98, but it was a Vampire Warrior back in '90 in Puerto Rico. But Peter Guerrero, and I was watching a movie The Lost Boys. It was an accidental thing. Kind of fell into it. I didn't think it would work out, but then the monsters, and then I just fell in love with that character. Then it evolved eventually to Gangrel from '98 WWE. So,
Awesome. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the backstory of the Vampire Gangrel. Thank you so much. Back to you guys. Period. Back to you guys at Best Damn Wrestling Podcast.
Oh man, the legendary Gangrel. Listen, I've always been a Gangrel fan, man. I remember watching him as almost a shocking, odd thing. He was a real vampire. I really believed this guy was a vampire. Still looking at him now, he still looks like a vampire. LP, man, tell me some things that you remember about Gangrel.
Gangrel had a hell of a DDT too.
He did. He did.
I think that was his finishing move, right? His finishing move was some sort of
Impaler.
Yeah. I like Gangrel. I think the Brood had one of the greatest entrances of top 10. You can debate top 5, but definitely got to be top 10. Like when they used to do the bloodbaths and and it's funny because I on Peacock I just let Raws and SmackDowns play in order like the old shows, so it's always cool to go back and watch the old shows. And like the Brood Gangrel was pretty dominant at one point in time too. So I used to always wonder if his teeth was real, but I guess they got to be at this point in time. His teeth real like that, right? Did he get his teeth done like that, or they did something in his mouth?
No, he just put them in his mouth. But you can get your teeth done like that. And the amazing thing about that night on Saturday is I'm sitting there and I'm getting dressed. And after I got Superstar Rome in his wrestling gear, I told him to sit down in a seat. And then there was another seat closer to Gangrel. And Gangrel said, "No, you can sit over here." And he started having a conversation. And he offered him some of the blood, man. Some of the blood in the cup. And I was sitting there like, drink it. But my son wouldn't drink it. Your nephew wouldn't drink it, LP.
Good job, Ron.
I was sitting there like a kid that has watched this man on TV, and he's sitting there having a conversation with my son and offering him the chalice with blood in it.
Nope.
And I wanted to sit.
That was a great moment.
I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to listen. It was a very dope moment.
Good job, Rome. Good job, Rome.
Yeah. No, I mean, as a grown man, I would have thought about it. There's certain things for certain people that you just can't turn down. You know what I'm saying? Like a joint from Snoop. You know what I mean? Even if you don't smoke, you never like, man, this is Snoop. But I don't know about drinking blood, bro.
I like Carlito, but I'm not letting him spit in my face in 2020.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
In my face. I'm like,
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, man. It's absolutely. Oh man. Well, fellas, I got to do a little thing because I was so inspired by that, and we've got a lot of feedback from one of our last interviews, man. So I had to come back and do this and hit you with a daily double.
All right. Yes.
I had to hit you with a daily double. This is the interview with Mr. Everything in the great EC3.
My name is Mr. Everything, and I'm with this man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to give you his name anyway, Mr. EC3. How you doing? I'm doing all right. So, my question to you, control your narrative. Why? Why you? Why now?
Control your narrative. Why? Why me? Why now? Why not? When? Why? How? Where? When does opportunity come for the up-and-coming professional wrestler, the inspired athlete on the way up? How do they get noticed? How do they get seen? Do you know these answers? Where do they go? When does it happen? Why not now? That's why control your narrative. That's why, when, and now. Because now is the time for people to break the mold of the conformity of the independent wrestling bubble and the toxic wrestling community. Time to truly inspire each other, find each other, find yourselves. Control your narrative is to tell your story. I know your story. You wouldn't be standing next to me if I didn't know your story. Your story, his story, damn near broke me. As a man, as a grown man, tough as shit. This man's story had me invested. But it wasn't a story as a character. It was his reality. His reality as a man and his reality as a father. How? How do people get to know these stories? There is no way. Because when that camera's on, cable television, pay-per-view, that red light, behind it, 3 producers, 2 writers, scripts. No heart, no emotion, no reality. So why? That's why control narrative is going to exist.
Simple as that. I love it. Back to you guys, back in the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast.
That, sir, is what we call a twofer. What we call a twofer. That was such a great interview, man, and the Best Damn Nation requested to see that again. So I had to play the interview with the great EC3 of Control Your Narrative, former WWE superstar, with the Daily Double, man. I had to hit you with the Daily Double, sir. Look, it's been a lot going on, man. This has been a great show. Mr. Everything, thank you, as always, sir, for being so generous and kind to your glorious subjects. We all appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Oh, man, this is our 21st episode, man. We can legally drink and buy stuff on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So this is a big achievement. There you go. Hey, get the party started. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Man, we are officially 21 years old in the podcast game, man, and we really appreciate it. I know one of my goals starting out was just to do it and do it for fun, man, and this has been a hell of a time that we have together, man. I think we produce some very great content, man. We are on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. We are on Pandora, iHeartRadio, Audible. You know what I'm saying? So this is great, man. Our 21st episode in, man, we already had some features by C.W. Anderson and Gangrel, man, and I think that's great, and that's going to really grow the show just by us continuing to do what we're doing and just being authentic us. We are black men talking about wrestling, but that goes a little bit farther than that, man. we are part of the culture, the hip hop culture, and we're blending something that everyone has childhood memories with, which is wrestling. And sometimes we all need a little distraction from the mundane day to day of the world, you know what I mean, and our jobs and our lives and our kids. And that's what wrestling provides for a lot of people. And that's why we celebrate it. So we're mixing the hip hop culture in with the wrestling world. And that's what the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast is. Mr. Everything.
Absolutely.
Can you let the people know what you got going on and where can they find you?
Absolutely. So, this weekend I have something special going on. You guys will find out all about that next week on this week's episode. I just did a movie premiere, and I will announce that. Thank you. And you guys can go to the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast on Facebook and see the video clip from that movie premiere. And we will have a release date. It will be released to YouTube, the full movie. And I will put that date on the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast Facebook page for you guys to be aware and to govern yourselves accordingly, so you guys go and view that. But other than that, like I said, I got this thing going on this coming Saturday. You guys will find out more about that next week. After that is Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody, ahead of time, or happy holidays, or Hanukkah, or I'm not gonna have whatever you want to say. And then the New Year, and then going into the New Year, we got a lot of wrestling, a lot of wrestling coming up. So let's stay busy. Let's see what's going to happen in 2023. Big things, brother. Big things. Claps and taps all around, sir. Saw a little bit of the premiere, man. Clap, tap. That's great, man. I always like to see you in other mediums. The boy got acting chops, you know what I'm saying? And he's throwing some punches and some kicks in this action film, man. So you guys check it out. And I'm going to show you exactly where you check it out on the Best Damn pages. But thank you, Mr. Everything, for all you do, sir. Thank you. What you got going on there, brother man?
Oh, man, I got a lot of things going on. I'm working on a couple things right now. I got my daily grind that I do. I'm a a financial grants manager. It's a very high position for the state, for the North Carolina. So I do that. But I also have mental health business. Family run mental health business called Straight Walk Family Services. I'm actively involved in that. I also have my organization, Blue Hearts for Autism. So if you guys want to support what we got going on, go to blueheartsforautism.com and you can donate and support our projects. I got this new cooking show and cooking segment that I'm doing with my partner Rio called Cooking with Renegade and Rio. And we're promoting fresh food, fresh eating, healthy lifestyles, and how to cook for your family. Man, we're making cooking as a couple sexy. You dig what I'm saying? And of course, I got the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast.
So real quick.
Yeah.
I need you to do a favor for the entire Best Damn Wrestling Nation.
All right.
Any information that you have with the mental health thing that you have going on, post that in the Best Damn Wrestling Facebook, because we just lost a couple of people to situations, whatever it is. We lost Jason David Frank, otherwise known as the Green Ranger, Tommy Oliver. And then yesterday or today, I'm not sure which day it was, but we lost Twitch from the Ellen Show. He was the DJ. He committed suicide as well yesterday, which is very weird because a lot of people are sharing his TikTok from 2 days ago. He's doing one of the new trend dances, and he was very happy and full of life. And then the very next day he commits suicide. So let's bring a strong awareness to these things. Check on your friends, even though the strongest ones. Check on the strongest ones. 'Cause it seems like our strong ones are losing these battles. We're being too strong for everybody else, but no one is there to be strong for us. Um, the worst thing about being Superman is that you got to be Superman for everybody. There's no one to save you. So check on your friends. Post that information if you would, please, kind sir. So that way we can get some help for those who would need it, would like it, and should definitely.
Will do, man. Thank you for saying that. I definitely will. I have this segment that I want to do called a mental health minute, which just gives you little minute things to help you just get through your day, man. And it can be something small that people say sometimes that changes your whole perspective on your day and what's going on. So you right, check on your people, man. Make sure that they're good, and I will start posting a lot of positive messages for the best damn nation. And like I said, mental health is a really big thing, man. I remember Braun Strowman had an app that he was pushing that was helping out with mental health. And then I just saw a segment with Eddie Kingston. He was also promoting mental health, and this is very important. And that relates to, wrestling too, man, because a lot of wrestlers, they struggle with mental health. They struggle with identity crisis. They struggle with chasing the wind. That fame is like the wind, and they're chasing the titles and chasing things, and then once they get it, sometimes they're not as happy, or from a lot of their injuries that they receive. Maybe they get addicted to pain pills, or they try to find different ways to be able to cope, man. And going through some injuries might cause some mental health issues also. So, definitely check on your people, man. Make sure that they're good. We want healthy minds and healthy bodies out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we promote here at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. That's why we have Mr. Everything Show training videos. You know what I'm saying? LP is very active in his photography. He got to move around. You sweat a lot. And this chef is a chef. So we got a little bit of everything here at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast for your viewing pleasure. So, beautiful people, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on all of my platforms at Brian Renegade. And if you want to follow the show, you can follow us on Instagram at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. You can follow our Facebook group at the Best Damn Wrestling Nation. You can follow our Facebook page at the BD Wrestling Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Best Damn Crew. You can follow us on Twitch at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. And you can follow our TikTok at Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. And if you want to support the show for just $5, oh yeah, right here, $5 for a drink, some fries, and a burger, you can support your boys at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. You can go to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast and support your boys. You can get mugs, you can get coats, you can get hoodies, hats, shirts, all of that jazz to support your boys here at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. So go to our Patreon and donate to a good cause. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Oh, man. Mr. Everything, you are wise, sir. Can you leave the beautiful people with a final word?
Absolutely. Word.
Word. There you go. One word, one definition, one statement. Work. There you go.
That's it.
That's
the work.
it. That's it.
Good. Let's go out there and do the work.
All right. And what I would say is have faith in yourself. Have faith in your creator. Don't chase the wind. Chase your purpose. Beautiful people. We will see you next week on the next Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. Mr. Everything, sir. It is always an honor and a pleasure. You are a gentleman and a scholar, sir. We bid you adieu.